Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Fira. The time has finally come to set up my journals for 2026. I am always really excited about this, and I'm sure you are too. That feel of fresh paper, the scent, the clean pages. It's such a joy, honestly. So we're going to use some of the wonderful things I brought back from Tokyo. You can check out my giant haul video that I've linked in the description box below. But before we do that, I want to do a quick review of my journal system for 2025. I want to talk about what worked, what I'm ditching, and what I'm carrying over to build a system I'll continue to stick with. Some of the things that I incorporated this year, I'm actually going to change it out. So let's start with reviewing my 2025 system. Okay, first, the keepers. So the first system I'm definitely sticking to is my memory journal. My memory journal is the journal for me. I've been memory journaling in ATN since 2016. It contains all my thoughts and scribblings. I can't show a lot of the items here, obviously, because it's quite personal. I'm currently using the Tokyo limited edition. I use the pamphlet that it comes with as a bookmark. This is the Love and Trip pencil board, which I also tend to use as a bookmark, and it's really useful because of the grid lines. At the back, I do have my commonplacing book where I collect quotes and anything that intrigues me or fascinates me. Now, another journal I'm definitely going to take over to 2026 is my travel journal. This is the edition that's exclusive to the US site, the Let's Go on a Road Trip. I'm trying to flip to a page that doesn't have anything personal. This contains all of my pictures and little bits and pieces that I've collected over my travels this year. I tend to use the half-trip refills for my travel journal. I have these two that I made recently. This was for my trip to London and this was my trip to Tokyo. Both of these will go into my travel journal once I fill it up. I love that I have a separate travel journal from my main memory journal because, as you can see, it gets quite thick. What with the amount of pictures and postcards and bits and pieces that I put in here. I started doing this last year, so I'm going to carry this system forward to 2026. Yeah, quite chunky. Now on to the one that's not working. So this is my productivity/book journal, and there are two parts to it. The first part is my book journal where I write down notes, thoughts, exercises that I've created for myself based on books that I've read. And I love this. I love that I can go through my notes and read summaries of books that I've read. Now, I don't know if it's because of social media constantly frying my brain and possibly deleting some memory cells, because especially with self-help books, I tend to forget the lessons learned. And that's why I love having a book journal just for that. Now, it's the second part of the productivity/book journal that I'm struggling with. This blank insert is where I was supposed to brain dump, jot down ideas, but I am struggling with the size. And the fact that it doesn't lay flat. Yes, sure, I could use the clip, or I could turn it this way. But when I'm brain dumping, I don't want any sort of friction. I want to go with the flow, and something about the size just doesn't work well for me. In fact, I've actually been using the notebook I was initially so snooty about in my 2025 video. Actually, hold on, let me get it. So this is the notebook I was initially really snooty about. I was like, this isn't something I would use, but I've actually been using this a lot more than the insert here. And in fact, I've also been using my old 2024 index diary, again for brain dumping. Look, this is an actual brain dumping journal, okay? I don't even know what this is, but this is what my brain dumping journal usually looks like. But because I'm me and I like things a little fancy, midway I actually switched out to Paper Republic. So this is my Paper Republic journal. It's in the Grand Voyager XL, and I love this. The size is great. I love the color. I love that it sits flat when it's open. So this is perfect, and I will be carrying this journal to 2026. Now I've got 3 inserts in this. This is a collaboration with a design company called, is it Dibdial? Dibdial? I don't know. Anyway, I'll put the name on the video so you know what I'm talking about. So friends, it's not just Japanese words and names that I butcher, okay? I do it for everyone so that no one feels left out. So this is the standard refill that they sell on the website, but something about it, I'm not really a fan of this paper. Maybe I'm just spoiled. Once I'm done with these refills, I'll probably just buy refills from another brand, one that fits into this journal so that I can save on shipping, because I am not fond of this paper. So this is the brown passport that I turned into a wallet. Looking back at the video I posted earlier this year about my 2025 setup and how excited I was and how I loved it and how I said it was so compact. Well, joke's on me, because it is not compact, okay? It's too big for my small handbag. Let me show you the handbag that I usually carry out with me. So this is usually the handbag that I carry around with me on most days. Yes, it does fit, but I tend to carry so many things in here, and this just takes up half of the space. So I'm not going to use this as a wallet. In fact, I've switched it out from a wallet, and I need to stop trying to make this work, because this is actually my second attempt. I did this way back in 2017. I converted another passport that I had into a wallet, but I stopped and I couldn't recall why, but now I do. It's too damn big. If you see my 2025 video, you know that this acts as more than just my wallet. I won't get into that. You can look at my 2025 setup video to know exactly what I put in here. So one of the inserts that's in here, so this is a plastic insert, and I'm probably going to throw it out because there was a picture of my husband and I in here, and somehow the photograph got wet and the ink transferred onto the plastic. I can't seem to remove the color, so I'm probably just going to toss it out. Plus, due to my very rough and tough handling, it's starting to show quite a bit of wear and tear. And this is just me. This has nothing to do with Traveler's Company. I am unfortunately a little bit too rough with my things, so yeah, I'm just gonna toss it out. What I might do is actually I might just keep this sleeve. I'll just maybe cut along, somewhere out here and use it. Let's see. Now this is another notebook that I brought into my 2025 journal setup. This is my 3-year journal, and this acts as my daily gratitude journal. Though I don't pressure myself into writing into it daily if I don't feel like it. I was actually looking at Midori's line of 3-year journals and another companies, I can't seem to remember. I was actually really close to buying that, but then I thought, why not just create my own 3-year diary from the number of TNs that I have? And this is what I came up with. And I adore this. I love it more because it fits into the whole family. This is actually one of my favorite covers from Traveler's Company. So knowing that I'll be using it for the next 3 years makes me really happy. Now I started my 3-year diary in August, and that's why first entry is mid-August. I know that might trigger some people, but I don't care if the first date is August. So this is also going into my 2026 file. I use the index stickers from the Traveler's Company dated sticker set for this. Now this particular insert is the standard 64-pager, but the other insert that I have added at the back is the lightweight paper. The lightweight paper is 126 pages, and I will need another lightweight paper and maybe a couple more pages, because if I were to use the standard 64-pager diary, I would need at least 5 of these. or I think 6 of these. If you want to make something like this, you could stick to just 3 lightweight paper inserts, and that would make up your 3-year diary. Okay, let's now set up my system for 2026. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm definitely going to use this. I'm going to use my Paper Republic as well. Just put this to the side. I'm going to leave my 2025 journal and my travel journal as is. I'm not going to be using these 2 covers. I have another idea for this, so I'll just leave it in the corner for now. I have already taken out all my credit cards and what have you from here. All right, okay, let's start with the memory journal. I'm going to be using this year's Love and Trip edition as my memory journal. My memory journal and my commonplacing journal for 2026. Now with my commonplacing insert for 2025, I still have quite a few pages left, and I don't think I will be able to complete this insert this year. And for me, the whole point of commonplacing is writing something that is evergreen, jotting down a quote here and there that really makes an impact on me. And this is something I want to constantly reach for and flip through, like a favorite book. I used to previously use my memory journal for both, as in one insert, not separate like I did this year. But I love that I have separated the 2 because my memory journal, my memory inserts, this is for all of the psychosis stuff, okay? My memory journal isn't something I necessarily want to reflect on all the time because this is therapy for me. This contains things that sometimes I don't really want to go back to, but that's different with the commonplacing journal. So for 2026, in all likelihood, since I won't be able to finish off this insert, I'm going to take it out from here and place it into my memory journal. So this will be my memory journal and this will be my commonplacing journal, which I'll transfer over. Another thing that I will be adding to my memory journal is a dated monthly for 2026. So if you've watched my previous 2025 setup, you'll know that I have a passport, dated passport that I use as my line a day journal, and I tend to keep that in my passport/wallet, which is now not a wallet anymore, but anyway. And this year I've decided to switch to the regular because the size is so much more bigger, as you can see. Actually, let me just pull out my other journal. So this is my 2025 line a day diary. Let me pull up to one that doesn't have, December. So as you can see, there is so much more writing space in the regular than in the passport. Also, what I found is that having a memory log in a journal that's separate from my memory keeping felt a bit disjointed. It makes sense to have my line a day journal in my memory journal. I'm still thinking about it though. I'm not sure if I want to make the switch because, like I mentioned, I started this in 2024. So I've got one for 2024, one for 2025, and that's why I got another one for 2026 because I think it would be a nice little book. Because what I do also is stick my most favorite picture of that particular month in these journals. So it would be like a nice little pocket book, and I guess it would be nice to have that continuum, but I'm still figuring it out. That's why I just got an extra one just in case. This will be the memory journal. All the decoration and adding of little trinkets and stuff, I'm probably going to do that on another day because I'm already losing light. I'm always losing light when I'm filming, okay? Yes, I do tend to film in the afternoon when the light is supposed to be best, but I guess we are heading into autumn, so anyway, moving on. This is the Narita Airport exclusive that I just got a few weeks ago from Japan, and this is going to be my travel journal for 2026. Can I just tell you, I'm so glad to have all of this out of its packaging. Now that I'm going to use it, I get to admire them and open the pages, sniff through the pages. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean, right? That lovely, fresh paper smell. So this is it. This is what the beauty looks like. This is a standard 64-pager insert, but for my travel journals, I tend to use half-trip refills. So that's going to be my travel journal. So another thing I was using the passport for was basically to keep track of my weekly schedule. I'm trying to show the pages that don't have sensitive information, hence the one with the tags. So this worked fine for me in 2025, but I find that I need more space. So that's why for my weekly work schedule, I'm actually going to shift out to the regular size. So one is from January to June and the other one is from June to December. Yeah, sorry, this is July to December and this is January to June. Yep. So I got the weekly memo. So on the left, you've got your dates, and on the right, you've got enough space to scribble down, which I tend to do quite a lot. So I'm using this for my weekly schedule. Now I got this so that I could have a monthly overview of my schedule, because the monthly that's in here, let's flip, this vertical design, this doesn't do it for me. In my mind, I'm not able to process the information for whatever reason. I prefer the layout in this. These are just the stickers, by the way, that you get with all of these regular data diaries. I much prefer this layout to seeing what my schedule is like versus this. So this is going to be my work schedule inserts. Now, I don't have a leather journal to put them in. I may pull out an old journal to house them, but I don't want to do that. Once I'm done with these schedule inserts, I tend to just toss them out. There's nothing of nostalgia that's in them that I care for, so I just toss them out. So I guess they can just sit as so naked on my desk. I would love to get a customized superior labor TN one day from the Kurashiki store. And when I do, I will use that to house my work inserts. Until then, I guess they will just sit in this clear folder. Now this is the clear folder, regular size. And I got this to kind of house these inserts, but I know it doesn't really. It's not a good fit. As you can see, it can barely fit one. Forget about fitting two, but for now, this will do. I'll just put this in my drawer and that should help with some sort of organization, I guess. Now on to a completely new journal for me. This is my first ever Hobonichi. I'm going to use this as my art/drawing journal. In fact, I'm not even going to wait until next year. I'm going to start using it immediately. I'm a complete newbie when it comes to Hobonichi. I am just so in love with my traveler's notebook and the system and the way I can customize it to my needs, such as the 3-year diary. So getting a Hobonichi was a bit of a surprise because Travelers Company, they do have a range of inserts specifically for art. You've got the sketch paper, you've got the watercolor insert. Their spiral notebook series also has a couple of items that is centered around art. But I have been wanting to try Hobonichi for the longest time. And I saw a couple of people use this to draw and sketch, and it just clicked in my brain. Plus, I love the Tragen cover where I can put in supplies. Now this cover is what pushed me over the line to buy Hobonichi. So I'm really excited to use this. And the fact that it's got a sizable pouch to keep all of your supplies, it kind of removes any sort of friction. So yeah, what is this? Oh wait, I think this goes here. Yeah. There you go. And I'm also going to put in my little color pencil kit that I got from Traveler's Factory in here. I'll put in a couple of other things as well, but for now, this is what the setup's going to look like. And thank you to so many of you kind viewers who told me that this is for the pen loop. This is not for the whole pen. So thank you for that. So yeah, loving it. Oh, one thing I do want to mention is that this little postcard by Obi-Wan, gosh, look at that. Look at the details, so cute. So I'm going to use this as a bookmark in my Hobonichi, maybe possibly a pencil board. I think it's too thin for that, but it's not a perfect fit. Does it close though? It's not a perfect fit, but I think for now it will do. This is so lovely. And then I've got the other usual stuff. This pencil board is going to be for this. This is not good with my wallet. I do write on the go, and sometimes I do carry this, just the insert to write down and scribble. So this will go into that. These are stickers to decorate my new journals. I cannot get enough of these. These are so useful. I have just one from last year. Where is it? I would constantly have to switch this around all of my journals. So I'm really glad that I have another one to slot into one of these. So I'm feeling refreshed and I am dying to use all of the charms and bits and pieces I got from Tokyo. So I am going to add them to my journals today. I've put all of my little charms in this little cardboard box. I'm going to use the Mount Fuji charm on my travel journal for 2026. I'm also going to use this little peony charm for my love and trip journal. I bought it in red because I knew I wanted to use it for my love and trip. This is actually from a keychain. I bought this many years ago from a Kusama Yayoi exhibition. And the laundry pin, safety pin, I only bought it because it looks so cute at Narita Airport. And this is the freebie leather tag that I got when I purchased my Data Diary albums. And this I'm going to no, I'm not going to use it there. I think I was just trying it out, but I'm actually going to be using it in my memory journal, my love and trip journal. So this is the cherry blossom charm that's exclusive to Starbucks Reserve. I don't like the fact that there is an R embossed on the charm. It looks so odd, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. So I'm going to use that on my love and trip as well. And oh my gosh, yes, this is the one I'm so excited about using, the pins I want from the gachapon machine. And I'm going to use this one for my travel journal. I think it goes so well. I'm going to add the sushi pin to my passport, and this is the brass tag that I got from Tokyo Station, and I'm just going to pair it with its matching cover, the cover that I got from Tokyo Station. So this will be for my 3-year diary. I'm also probably just going to put my 3-year diary in the matching cotton bag as well. I have so many of these, I might as well use it up. I do also want to change out the rubber bands for some of the journals. I have so many of them collected over the years from all of the journals I've bought. And I have so many of them, and that's why I've never felt the need to buy their repair kit. This is me just trying out different colors to go with my Tokyo Station cover. I always gravitate towards red and I wanted to try that, but no, it doesn't look good here. So I removed it and I just decided to stick with the original brown that it came with. Yes, so much better. I never thought I would like a colorful pin versus my golden burnished pins, but I'm going to be using this on my Narita Airport cover. I love the blue and I think it pairs well with this gray blue band. Oh yes, this is absolute perfection. To jazz up my book journal, I thought of adding the mustard rubber band. It already has this really cute glass lantern-y thing that I've added as a bookmark. But I think the color clashed a little too much, so I just reverted back to the original camo band. Also excited to use the Midori index clips. I'm just going to use it to signify a new page. These laundry pins crack me up, from pinning a baby's diaper to being used on a traveler's company notebook. Very versatile. Okay, so I thought the color of the band was brown. Turns out it's actually mustard, and I think what must have happened is that the color of the cover must have transferred onto the thread, or at least that's what I'm hoping it is. And this is what an oxidized brass tag looks like against a new one. Now these safety pins have a random number and alphabet assigned to it. I don't think there's any deep meaning behind that. I just picked one that I liked. So it looks cute, but not cute enough. Bring in the sushi charm. Oh, I love that. It looks so much cuter already. Love it. Last is the Love and Trip, and I'm going to use the leather tag along with the sakura blossom on the cover, and I'm going to use the little peony charm as the bookmark. Now for the last few stragglers, I'm going to be putting in the passport pencil board into my, passport wallet. Well, not wallet, my passport notebook. And then I'm going to add the pencil board from Love and Trip, last year's Love and Trip. Oh wait, it's this year's Love and Trip. Yeah, it gets confusing. Okay, so 2025's Love and Trip into my Love and Trip red, and then the 2026 one into another notebook. I'm going to be adding my weekly schedules to the folder. Very awkward fit, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use one of the rubber bands. This rubber band is from Paper Republic, actually, from their Grand Voyager XL series. I'm going to use the blue rubber band to hold everything into place, and yeah, works like a charm. There are a couple of more things I do want to add to my Hobonichi Tragen. I'm adding the brass ruler from Traveler's Company here. I'm also adding the small artist toolkit. It's empty right now. I actually don't have watercolors in the form of tube. I have another watercolor set, but it's too big. But eventually I would love to add paints into this. I also need to add the Hobonichi pen. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but might as well add it here so that it completes the family. Now I got the red pen holder because it was limited, and ideally I guess you should add a brown to the brown passport, but the color is dark enough that it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I'm still really uncertain about clipping it to the back of my cover, so I've attached it to one of the notebooks instead. So far it seems to be holding up just okay. So this is it. This is my system for 2026. Now I want to emphatically say this. You don't need all of this. You don't need to have so many journals. This is just what works for me. I've been journaling off and on since I was a kid, and I have learned that I am not a one notebook system. I need separate spaces for different types of journaling. Now, will it change? Will it stay the same? I don't know. A big part of this is renewal and changing it to what suits your needs. You change, so your system should change with you. So don't be afraid to try things out and so-called mess up your journal. I would absolutely love to know what your journal plans are for next year. Are you changing your system? What's the one journal you can't live without? Let me know everything in the comments below. Do give this video a thumbs up if it's been useful. It helps my small channel grow. And if you would like to continue hanging out with me and our little community, do subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.